Hi guys, welcome. Hi. Sit down. We're ready.
We're ready.
Guys are in for a treat today. I don't even think you guys realize. That's gonna log in.
I cannot sit down. Sorry, I said I went overboard on leg day and I'm sitting down. People are scared.
Doesn't it make you feel good though, whenever you're like, oh man, I really worked out?
I don't know, that's so dark.
You did?
Like I walked, me and my coworker, we did like 10 times.
Dang.
Almost. I would pass it. It was fun, it was fun.
Okay, got some people online. Thank you. How is everybody?
Excellent.
Good.
How are you?
The sun's out. Oh my gosh.
It's not, it's almost fall, but it's not cool enough to fall yet. It's still hot.
You know what?
Middle is lower.
One of two down.
Yeah.
We got one kid who started school today. Second one goes back tomorrow, and it's good day. Man, and it's crazy, like, cause I feel like summer went very quick, but at times it went very, very slow to where I'm like, if you kids don't stop, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, and you know, Melissa, you've got kids in college,
Yeah.
you're experiencing something different where you're.
I'm sad mine go back. I know.
Oh.
It's like, well, one is at home with me now, she's working full time, but the other one goes back to Miami on Saturday, so the baby leaves.
Miami, King University
Yep,
here.
in Oxford.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's a
She's
great
a sophomore, so.
Yeah, you're like, don't leave.
I
And I'm
know, I'm
like,
sad. My daughter's like, you know, tonight, she left for work and she goes, you know, tonight is the last night that we're all gonna be together for a while.
oh gosh.
How do you say that? I'm like, what are you trying? So,
Well, school's going, you know, it was also funny as I looked outside around 8:30 and that school time traffic is back.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, oh, I think my commute's about 6 minutes. All right, well, we are gonna get started. So you guys gotta deal with Melissa and I today, so I apologize in advance.
yeah, too.
Yes, you have the privilege of hanging out with the numbers nerds.
That's
All
right.
That's what, we're not gonna talk about numbers at all.
No,
So enjoy the time. This will be like the one time.
all right, so, you know, our MVP, the P of purpose. So to be at a place where entrepreneurs thrive. And what do you guys think about that, especially the PC folks, you know? Give me some thoughts about being here in the market center. And you love it.
Just being here or?
I feel like I've learned a lot over the past 6 months since I've been licensed. So it's like when Annie came, like she's like really helped grow. So, appreciate that as always. And Celeste. So that's
Yeah, it's neat to surround yourself with other entrepreneurs, right? Not just in the market center, but with Keller Williams, you know, as a whole. So, you know, it's really exciting. Anybody else? What do you guys think? Celeste? Annie? You guys have been
I mean, I
around?
think being in the market center, I'm always a big proponent of being here because I think even if you're not, if you're, you know, huddled in your corner and you're trying to get work done, you know, you'll hear conversation and you'll learn things in people's conversations with their clients and, you know, approaches that they take, you maybe didn't think about, or, you know, you have somebody that's readily available to answer questions for you. I know when I was a newer agent, I was in the office all the time because you know, you could be at home and working on something and something can, you know, there could be a glitch or something that you don't understand, and then you just walk away, whereas if you're in the market center, you have a myriad of people who can help support you through
Yeah,
any obstacle.
exactly.
I think it's cool.
And I kind of have a different view on this as well. Like, so to be the place where entrepreneurs thrive. So to be an entrepreneur, you are your own business owner, right? You're the ones that have to say, okay, I'm gonna get up today and I'm gonna go in and do the things that I need to do. And you are your own boss, right? So when thinking about where entrepreneurs thrive, you really need to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success with all the tools and the models and systems to be an actual entrepreneur. Because you can get into a system, you can get into a business and still be a realtor, but then you have all these other people possibly doing things for you, and are you growing your actual real estate business to the extent that it can be? And that's what you want to focus on. Like, this is your business. This is not, we're not in the short game here, right? This is all long-term. So that's the take that I have on it. Anyone else? We got some people online, so anyone online wants to chime in, you gotta speak up. All right, we're moving on.
Okay, so our August birthdays, busy month for birthdays. Adrian Henson, Brandon Bowers, Jennifer Young, Brooks Ulrich, Joshua Hall, and Dawn Eisenhower this week. So happy birthday to all of those who didn't get to wish you happy in August. So where did that?
We're over halfway through August.
I know.
That's great.
All right, bucket fills. Anybody have a bucket fill they want to share? Everybody at once?
I just want to thank Annie. She's been amazing. She's keeping me on track, getting me back on track, even when I was, no, she's, wow.
Just really like physically grab you.
It feels like it. And so she's like, we're gonna do this. We can do this. So I really appreciate that because I get lost in my mind. I get lost in my own little world. And I do like coming here because I see how the dedication makes a difference.
Yeah.
And of course, I like all of the education, like I could just soak that up, and I do stuff also.
Yeah.
To take action.
Yeah, I think it's the accountability, right?
The accountability, yeah.
And just the structure of being here and holding yourself. Not only Annie holding you accountable, but holding yourself.
And I'll fill your bucket and William's bucket
Yes.
and Tamika's bucket, because you guys have been helping us with the front desk. So
Yes.
we appreciate you guys.
We definitely
jumping in.
appreciate it.
I have a bucket for Alyssa because I have some closings last week. And it was just so nice to walk into the room and have congratulations with the seller's name on it was something I didn't have to think about or do. And it means a lot. So I really, really appreciate it. Seller's name or buyer's name and a picture of the house. Just thank you for doing that.
I don't do much in Canva, but
No,
that's what Lindsay
taught
Lindsay got me to do that so much. I can do those. It's making me get comfortable in it. So you're so
It's
welcome.
something I didn't have to think about or worry about and it means a lot. So I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
All right.
Anybody else?
All right. So we're gonna kind of dive right into this. Okay, so who in here or who online has ever worked in a restaurant? Okay, who in here has worked in some sort of fine dining restaurant? Okay. So restaurant industry, if you've been in it, my background, I actually came from restaurant industry. So I did 20 years in working for my father. I grew up in a bar, literally grew up in a bar. If you think about the little kids running around 2, 3 years old while their parents are bartending, yeah, that was me. It was fun childhood in the 80s in a bar, which is interesting. But while I was in high school, all throughout high school, I worked in a restaurant. After college, I continued working in a restaurant. We actually did wedding event planning as well. So that kind of ties into a little bit of more of the fine dining than just a regular restaurant. And I know Sarah Brooks is online as well. She teaches this class, but you want to, the hospitality that we bring to our clients is very similar to a 5-star restaurant. And so we're kind of going to go over 3 concepts here on how we can really impact our clients, and we're going to be able to use this to generate leads. We're going to use this to surprise and delight our clients. And so the first one that we're going to talk about, the 5-star hospitality framework. So you have one side is the restaurant concept, where we are service is what you do for someone, hospitality is how you make them feel. Great front of house staff anticipate needs before guests ask. So thinking about anticipating our clients' needs. So when you're in a restaurant and you're running around and you're trying to help everybody, all the tables, refill drinks, things like that, you're anticipating their needs. So are we anticipating the needs of our clients in their business? Proactively solving problems before they arise. What's an example of a problem that could arise that we can anticipate before it actually happens in a real estate transaction or in just our general day-to-day conversations with our clients? Where can we be proactive?
We could be proactive in sharing, what to expect in an inspection so that our clients aren't freaked out and they get, the wording that the HVAC system is at the end of its life, so, those are conversations you have prior to.
So educating yourself on those things and then communicating it, anticipating those needs. That's a great example. Who else? Where can we proactively solve problems before they arise?
Lindsay, sorry, I can't see who's raising their hand.
Yeah. Setting expectations. What else? Being on time.
Sorry, you're fine.
The financing, just having some general answers for them, being aware of what is needed.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you have someone who's like conventional or FHA and you're going through a tour and you see something that may potentially be an issue. Now, of course, we have to stay in our lane. You can't say that, we want the inspectors to go through, but you can anticipate potential issues based on their financing.
Making sure they're working with the lender who's pre-approving it. Qualifying.
Yes, pre-approving versus pre-qualifying. Yes.
Mine is somewhat different, but we're kind of preparing them for getting, like if we're working with the seller, preparing the seller's mindset to understand the buyer mindset. And that when you have all of your decor, it's in the way. You kind of, it's beautiful when they're coming to your house and visit. Oh, this is so pretty, but when they're out to buy, that mentality changes. So preparing them so that they would understand, hey, pull this down, this, that, and the other, so that they can see themselves. I think that's something that we can help the sellers prepare for, which could accelerate offers.
Yeah. And also, you have to sugarcoat it a little bit too, because I love your beautiful decorations.
Yes.
You don't want to say, get that out of here.
Yes.
You have to bring that comfort. Sarah, you had something you wanted to add online?
Yeah, hi. I think everybody's making some really good
Sarah
points.
Brooks?
Are you able to hear us? You guys can't hear us?
Sarah, we're not hearing you.
Let's do chat.
I have to get back. Sorry, Sarah. If you want to type it in the chat, I'll relay it. I apologize. We can't hear you online. Okay, so we're going to keep on going. All right, reading the room. So as showing agents, showing assistants, or any type of agent that's working from a buyer, you have to read the room. You have to read mannerisms. So when your client walks into a house and they immediately, their arms like this, not really excited about walking around, like, what does that tell you? It tells a story, right? Or if they're just like overly excited, they're already planning out the entire, like, oh, I could put my couch over here, or I could have this beautiful picture that would go perfect there. Like, you understand, like you're seeing the body language. You can see the body language when you're having hard conversations too, right? So understanding that those hard conversations might arise and seeing the body language of your clients, you have to anticipate their needs and you have to maybe sometimes change your approach, right? Oh, that's awesome, Sarah. So Sarah put, I can hear you. Just wanted to add that I like to let clients know I'm providing a service. We run a five-star business. We are not order takers. I keep them in the theme of great hospitality. Yes, you do, Sarah. Sarah and I have talked many a time, Sarah Brooks and I, she's worked in the restaurant industry for a long time as well. So thank you, Sarah, for adding that. But yeah, so reading your room, understand your client's cues, priorities, and comfort levels as well. Okay. And then the third one, surprise and delight. Deliver thoughtful touches that create lasting impacts. What's an example of a surprise and delight that you've been able to bring into your business?
I have a cute graphic that I send my clients that's like a next step, but it's kind of a fun thing. It's kind of like got a face and a cartoon that says next step photography is this day, and next step, this is what we're having photographs this day, we're going live this day, this is our plan. I mean, even though we discussed that at the pre-consult, it's just kind of like a little extra fun thing, and they always respond well to that. Gives them a good guideline.
Yeah.
And a reminder of what's coming next. So anytime there's something next to come, something goes out like that. Right. Just launch them.
Well, and it almost eases their mind a little bit because this is stressful.
Right.
Buying and selling is very stressful for the clients.
Right.
So if you're making the steps, surprise and delight with all the steps that they need, graphically, it's making them more comfortable because it's very aesthetically pleasing. It helps them in the process. You're over communicating and you're anticipating their needs. Okay, who else? Give me an example of some way that you've surprised and delighted your clients.
I don't know when I have a buyer consultation. I love new buyers too, because they're first time home buyers. But I got a bunch of dollar notebooks at the Dollar Tree, just plain, and then put a sticker on them. And then when I meet with them, just have a pen with my name and just let them know, hey, here's your notebook, take notes all the way through. And they usually, like females, they like get really excited. Like they're just note taker, because it's their first home. And so write down, whatever you see in these properties that you like, you don't like, and they just kind of carry it. It's cool to see them bringing that notebook back, and we're showing houses. So kind of like that.
That's awesome.
And it's got my name on it. So
Yep.
and it was only $1.
There it is. Yeah. So another example of surprise and delight, I really like that. And then you can add on to it with like Celeste, is towards the end of closing. What if you had a graphic that spelled out every one of their utilities that they need to sign up for with a link, but you just laid it all out for them? That would be an example of surprise and delight because they're transitioning, making sure that they have access to your preferred movers, making sure that they have access to all those things that they might not think about when they're moving into a new home. Where am I going to get boxes from? Where am I going to get, where am I going to get boxes?
I have one bit there, and there's so many ideas. I'm always thinking I'm going to do them all and I forget. But there's one that you just reminded me of on the Ohio board, or maybe it's Kentucky, but one of them there is like 10% off pods. There's sometimes coupons on there that you can give to your clients, and then there's like a savings on appliances. So I guess if you print that, I thought about putting that into my buyer packers. Just remind me. So that's kind of a cool thing to offer a discount on moving or storage.
What if you gave them welcome to the neighborhood? Here are all the small restaurants and little boutique shops and little things that you guys can venture in. Or maybe if it's like they're moving in the beginning of the summer and there's a summer festival. So there's a lot of things that you can go over the top with to communicate, because we need to get away from being too transactional, and we are in a relationship business, right? So surprise and delight your clients. Okay. All right. Then the next time is turning one-time client, or the next step, turning one-time clients into lifelong referral engines. So the concept is, restaurant concepts, top restaurants thrive on regulars, not first-time diners. They track guest preferences and reservation software, and they wish every visit feels personalized. So that's like your fine dining. Like when you have a VIP come in to a fine dining restaurant, they already know what they drink. They already know what they want to eat, their preferences. They're on top of it, anticipating those needs. Okay. So how do we apply that then to restaurant? We've got to date our CRM. So dating our CRM, what does that mean to you? We're dating our database. Are you all tracking if your clients have kids? Are you tracking if they have pets? Are they tracking, things that they like, their home anniversary, hobbies? You should definitely tag people in your database based on hobbies, especially if you share that hobby with them. Because you could do a pickleball event and invite everyone that also shares that passion with you, and they're gonna come play pickleball. That's the easiest way to connect with your client, if you share that passion. I always talk about sports with my passion. I grew up playing basketball and soccer and volleyball, and World Cup was just this summer. We always have March Madness. College basketball is one of my favorite things. So I have a group of people in my database that share those interests. We go and do those things together. All right. So understanding pets are great. There's a lot of people who celebrate their pets' birthdays. Put that little note in there. Can you imagine if you showed up with a little gift for their pet on their birthday?
What's better than the kid? They remember my dog, I'm like, oh, you got me for life.
Great. Yes. Okay. Then you have the VIP table experience. Right? That's your 36 touch. That's your following up. That's your communicating. Post-close follow-up. Who has a great post-close follow-up system in here? That's opportunity, right? Post-close follow-up looks like after they close, you're reaching out to them. How are things? You've been in the house for a week. What might you need?
Andy, you raised your hand. What do you do?
Yeah, so it's just that, it's like after a week, and then after a month, and then another month, and then it just goes out from there. But I have specific reasons, like active dinner.
Yeah. Do you call them on their home anniversary, or did you stop by after they've lived in their home for a year?
Well, I'm constantly sending them cards and fun things, whatever, like every month here they get something from me, but I do not like a home anniversary, but it's more like, here's like your equity gain kind of thing.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and like, I stop by and you give them that.
Because you're their realtor of choice, right?
Yeah.
Because if they think about real estate in any aspect, who are they gonna call?
Yeah.
They're gonna call you. Because you're in constant communication. Your database, you're the ones that you have closed with, those are the most important people in your database. Those are your VIPs. Those are the ones that are going to refer you because they can attest to having that transaction with you, that relationship with you. So
And
you're
those yearly equity gains, whatever, those I always do in person. So they are harder because, it's a lot of people, but, and just like, most of my clients are somewhat close, but I do have 15 clients who live 45 minutes away, whatever, an hour. But it's still fun because, you get to, like, you call them, like, hey, it's time for your annual, so at this point they know that it's coming. But it's fun to get to go and see their house and see them in person.
And you're providing value too when you're reaching out to them, right? It's not just a, hey, how's everything going? It's like, hey, I brought something for you. And
I mean,
people
we
love
literally end up talking about their equity for like 5 minutes, but.
I mean, yeah.
and then everything else.
And during the storms here recently, that's a good opportunity for me to reach out, because like my database kind of, I have situated it to where it's my own BNI group in a way. So reaching out to people during the storm and referring, I have a roofer, this person can help you, but it's actually someone in my database. So that I know does a great job. So I kind of do like that, and it's a conversation.
That's a great point. Yeah, reaching out to everyone, knowing, and then being that realtor of choice where you got a guy, I got a roofer, I got an electrician, I got a plumber, I have all these things. You're not gonna dare call anyone else besides me first.
Yeah. That's why I say I'm like your, well, probably everybody says that, but like your doctor. or your attorney.
Yeah.
But I'm your realtor, or your dentist, but I'm your realtor. So
So make sure in your database, your VIPs are tagged as VIPs, okay? And then you have to handle bad situations, bad dishes, all right? Things happen. Not every transaction is perfect. Not everything that your conversations will end up being perfect, but here's the thing. Mistakes do happen and you own up to them. And in the restaurant industry, if you mess up somebody's food or you add onion, you're not supposed to make or put onion on it, you own up to it. You don't throw the kitchen under the bus. Well, you shouldn't. You know, I've been in restaurants that always throw the kitchen under the bus.
Always the
You shouldn't. It's always
Somebody else will do it.
it's always someone else's fault. No, own up to it. It's okay. Communicate that you're going to fix the problem and then you communicate after it's been fixed. And that's okay. Because the problems happen and then you don't communicate, then that's making the problem bigger, okay? So handling issues when they pop up leads with solutions, calm communication, and zero defensiveness. Sometimes we have to take a step back. Sometimes mistakes happen and they are 100% out of our control. However, we're getting the direction of the frustration. We cannot react with that same sort of defensiveness. So you have to be that calming source for them. Okay? And maybe it's, hey, let me look into this and get back to you so that you can come back at it in a more reserved manner. I do that all the time. It's okay. Let me call you right back. I just need to look at one other thing and double check, and then you call and you're prepared and you're more calm. All right? So it's very important. Sarah's chiming in. She provides moving boxes, wrap tape, give them their keys with the address on the key tag. Oh, that's cute. Not just a bag of keys, Google Calendar invites for contract timelines. Confirm everything last week of closing. Don't just assume they saw the email and communicate. Over communicate. Yes, very good. All right, and then the last one here. Oops. Okay, seamless transaction playbook. So obviously in a restaurant, it's not just the server. You have the hostess, you have the cooks, you have the bartenders, you have the busboys. You have the floor managers. I mean, there's just so many people that are involved in your restaurant experience. So why not have all those people that you trust, your partners in the transaction experience? And so just like real estate, we have our front of house, back of house. So your front of house could be, you could be the front of house with your lender, back of house, transaction coordinator. Oh. All right. You have the team, you have the market center, maybe you're back at the house if you're in productivity coaching are your coaches. Okay, you have your other affiliates that you work with. All right, smooth handoffs, clear systems for submitting paperwork and contract. Oh, Melissa's even named it here. See, I did this on AI. I did this on AI. So making sure that you guys are utilizing your whole team. Okay. And then eliminating the friction. You know, if you're in production, your first hire, and Tara was talking about this last week, is an executive assistant. At minimum, utilizing transaction coordination. And this is going to kind of go off on a different topic on here, but transaction coordinator is going to be your kitchen. It's going to be your dotting the I's, crossing the T's, keeping up with the timelines. Make sure you're partnering with a transaction coordinator that's going to send your clients and relay that message that you want to give to your clients around closing, expectations, inspections, communication is key. Then you can focus on the relationship building of your clients. No one wants to get stuck in paperwork when they can be in relationship with your clients and doing the money-making activities. Fiddling around in your paperwork all day long is not money-making activity. It may feel like you're getting something done, but it's not. Okay. All right, questions on this? Questions on hospitality? Gotta treat white gloves. 5-star experience, like Sarah said, on her whole business is around creating a 5-star experience. Okay, so we got to do that for our clients. All right. And ahas or any comments?
I love it. It's a great way to think about it. The restaurant feel like, you know, probably most of us have worked in a restaurant, so like, that totally resonates and makes sense to me. It's a good way to.
And I think it's always really important too, like, we've all been customers, right? What sets somebody that you will go back time and time again to with those that you're like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have your people, you know, and you go to them because they give you just a great experience overall.
Right.
So remember that, you know, it's like, don't get too caught up in your head of like, I've got to do this and this. What makes you feel special? Do it for your customers, right?
Consistency too.
Mhm.
You're gonna go back to the people, the restaurants that are consistent. So if you're consistent in your communication and your value proposition that you give to your clients, they're going to come back to you. Yep. Oh, yes, and Sarah just killed it with the last line. Is there anything else I can help you with right now? That's great. After conversation, we just have wrapped up inspections and then she asks, is there anything else I can help you with? They'll think of something and it's okay. Ask, is there anything else I can help you with? They'll think of something. No, not at this time, but actually. Need you to cut my grass. All right, so that's our 5-star experience with our clients. Okay, so if you haven't heard, we have business planning coming in October. It's October 8th with Karen Crowell. She's coming to us from Chicago. She's gonna do a little Midwest tour and she's gonna hit all of our 3 market centers and she's gonna land here in Cincinnati on October 8th. This is free to you all. This is going to be the best way to start your 2027 is to get a plan in place. So it does not matter if you are top producing agent. It does not matter if you are brand new. Every single person in this market center should be at this event. This will be a packed house. So please make sure that you register on your little printouts.
Will it be video or anything or no?
Nope.
You know.
It's an all-day event. We'll have food all day long. Let's see. But it is a great class.
My sprays in
If you want, so she has energy that, you know, have you ever heard the phrase passion goes in all directions? Yeah. Karen has passion and she's got energy and it's funny, if you ever want to know more about Karen, just ask Kate Backstead. They went to college together.
I did that. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
oh yeah. But yeah, so Karen's gonna be here. On your sheet here, this is where you can register. We will be capping this at a certain amount of people because it's gonna be here in the market center, so please register to save your spot.
How much is it?
It's free.
Oh, this way.
It's free. Yeah, we're paying for it. We're getting sponsored to help us pay for it. But yes, this is free to you. This is gonna be a fantastic class, so please mark your calendars on October 8th. And then career night on September 8th with Patrick. So if you know anyone who's interested in getting into real estate school, we are offering scholarships for Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. So Patrick's gonna be hosting that on Tuesday, September 8th. There is a Facebook event for this. If you want a link to it, just let me know. And yeah, the QR code that's cut off, sorry. It's on the paper. Oh, look, we got a celebrity in the house.
I know.
Andrea Langfeld, do you want to tell us about your event tomorrow?
Sure. So this is going to be at the real estate court in Sherrville. And we're talking about how, so, okay, first of all, let me back. Can I stand up there? Come on.
Girl, come on up here.
Which I will say, I am very nervous to be in front of people. You guys are family, so that's fine. And what we're talking about is, how she's got it worded, discover how housing stability, wellness, and community resources can help you serve clients with confidence. So what I'm going to be speaking about is my own personal story, which is going to be a little intimidating for me, but I'll be all right. She's given me plenty of time to talk about how I became a homeowner. As I've been in my house for 20 years. I'm still in the same house. But 20 years ago, I was going through a really rough domestic situation with my husband. We got divorced and I was able to purchase my own home with my kids. They were little at the time. And I went through a certain resource program with the Women's Crisis Center. And they helped me buy my home and all the steps included through that process. And then how did I come from being a single mom, 3 kids, and owning a home to 20 years later, now doing that, talking about my story and also talking about domestic violence on a podcast I do with Bootsy Collins, his wife, Patty. So her and I have been doing this podcast for almost a year. So kind of how did all that blend together? And I do have a PowerPoint that's going to kind of go through the stages and everything. I'm just, I'm pretty excited about, pretty nervous at the same time. I think there's another woman going to be talking about her situation, and then we're going to also talk about how wellness and taking care of yourself is really important in this industry. You get burned out, you get frustrated, you get overwhelmed. So how can you regulate yourself to be there for your clients? And also, you may never know what situation your client's going through. So just to kind of meet them on their level, and it's kind of all wrapped up. And I don't know. I hope I do okay.
Oh, you're doing great.
So that's about it. But anyway, it is for CE credit. They're having chair massages, pastries, and all that. She's got some good stuff planned. So hopefully, if you want to come in.
Yeah, and if you are a member of RAGC, which I'm pretty sure every single person in this room, with the exception of maybe one Kentucky agent, it's $10 for members. It's tomorrow, 12 to 3:15. It is 2 credits for your civil rights CE, and yeah, we can all go and support you. Thank you for telling us.
Thank you. There's a lot more involved in everything. Yeah, so thanks for.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. MREA podcast this week talks a little bit about AI lead generation, and I was listening to it. Actually, William came in, we were listening to it before the team meeting started, but it was a pretty interesting podcast. So if you are interested in how AI can potentially help you lead generate, nurture your database and generate leads, this is a good one. Okay, MRA podcast. And then just a reminder, Think Like a CEO podcast, Color of Money with Julia Lachey, The One Thing, and the Empire Building podcast. Okay, now we are on to awards. So we're going to do awards, and then we have our guest speaker, Rob's going to get up and talk with Homefront Mortgage. So yeah, July. Ready? We're almost at the end of August, and we're celebrating July. And it'll be September soon. So give it up to these $1 Million Club winners. Jamar, Becky, Tracy, Stacy Shelby, Nick and Sarah Ruley, who are online. And then we also have Chase, Joe Wilhelm, Brandon Willis, Danielle Cunningham, Doug Phillips, and Slocum Reeds. We had 2 pages of $1 Million Club winners. Top individual agent closed units, Missy Freed with 9 closed units. She killed it last month. Tammy Tommy with 5, Tracy Buckner 5. Adrian Shipman, I know she's online, 4, and Becky Hurst with 4 units. So that's big one. And our top individual agent closed sales volume, Missy Freed leading the pack with 3.4 million. Tammy Tommy 2.1, Becky Hurst 1.6, Tracy Buckner 1.6, and Joe Wilhelm 1.2. Top individually. And then we have the fun one, which we don't promote how much money they made. But these guys made some money this month. Here's our top earners. We have Missy Freed, Tammy Tommy, Tracy Buckner, Becky Hurst, and Danielle Cunningham. All right, top teams closed units. We have Living GC. Okay, Sarah and Nick with 4 units, Parsley Sex Team with 4 units as well, Allison Moss with 1, and Mary Briota and Associates with 1 unit closed. And then our top closed volume in GCI, Living GC, Allison Moss, Parsley Suggs, and Mary Briota. So give it up for that. So team is 2 agents, 2 licensed agents. All right. Oh my gosh, we have producers on here. Our PC program made the top 4. So top closed units, volume in GCI. We have a Chabris Group with 47 units, 17 million in sales volume.
Wow.
Then we have the producers with 3 units, 859,000 in sales volume. We've got the MK Home Group with 3 units, 607,400, and then Team Jackson with 2 units at 207,000. But give it up, guys. As you say, hitting the top 4. Okay, and then all these guys capped last month, so give it up to our new cappers. Got some capper hats that we can hand out. I think Jonathan was in, he's like, I need a new golf hat.
Yeah,
The
they're good.
moment he hat, he's like, where's my golf hat?
Yep.
Like, there you go. All right, and then give it up for our first KW Seven Hills closings, not necessarily their first closing ever, however, first here at Seven Hills. So we have Ellen Hempelman, Joshua Hall, and Kaylee Mason with PC. Oh, most eager to learn, and he's not here. I was texting with him earlier. But we have Keyshawn Robinson, most eager to learn for July 2026. Annie, do you want to talk a little bit about
Well, Sean.
what about Sean?
His name was Sean. Sean, yeah, the most eager to learn for sure. Like he's like you. Sean's such an interesting guy because he is a poet, writes and publishes poetry. Like there are all of these interesting facets as a writer, you know, like to him. And he just uses that creativity like in his business. You can just see the wheels are always turning, like he's just, you know, and he's just out there like doing it, trying to do it, you know, talk to more people, figure more things out, like try to find these creative ways to, you know, talk to clients and stuff like that. So yeah, he's just great.
And while balancing working
Yeah, and working full time.
full-time also. Yeah. So there's our most eager to learn award for this month. And then the next one is our culture award, which makes me really sad that she couldn't be here today, but our culture award winner is Dawn Eisenhower. So Dawn Eisenhower, I wanted to just speak real quick. She, you know, typically, I knew she wasn't going to be here today, but she typically is here at every team meeting. She presented at our team meeting. She's one of our top 5 agents and individual agents in the office. And she loves to share with anyone who wants to talk with her about what she's doing in her business. And that to me exhibits culture at the highest level to where you can, you know, real estate, we're all entrepreneurs. It's perceived as an individual game, but it's really not. And so Dawn, when she comes into the office, she will talk with anyone, and if anyone is open to go to her office. She's the one who has one out in Goshen. She just loves on the agents, right? And she's got a lot of experience, and I appreciate her. So she was kind of a no-brainer for this month. So give it up to Dawn Eisenhower. All right. Rob, you are up, sir. Ooh, we're gonna be on today.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Hello. All right, I'm gonna talk about DSCR loans today. DSCR loan it's a financing tool that can turn more investors into buyers. So this will be very brief. They're very simple loans. Close them really quickly too. So with the DSCR loan, the property's cash flow does to qualify. So instead of starting with the investor W-2s, personal income, things like that, a DSCR loan primarily evaluates whether the rental income supports the property payment. So it's a really simple formula. The
What does
monthly
DSR
qualifying rent divided by, I'm sorry,
What does DSCR stand for?
debt service coverage ratio. But yeah, it's a monthly qualifying rent divided by the monthly TIA, which stands for principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and associations. if there are, right? These are for non-occupied, non-owner occupied rental property, so these are not primary. Yeah, these are for your investors or for you, if you guys want to build rental, rental portfolio, property portfolio. Okay, doing a quick example of a DSCR loan. So a 1.2 DSCR means that the rent is 120% of the payment. So if the appraiser comes out and says the market rent for this specific property is $3,000, and let's say the mortgage payment is going to be $2,500, you have a 1.2 DSCR. Why should you care? Running this math early can help identify whether a property is financeable before the investor writes the offer. Or you guys can lean on me for that. So you don't have to do all that. You guys can call me.
Would that number be the 1.20?
What was it?
That 1.20, should that be a certain number? I mean, like, what are you?
So actually, there are some DSCR programs where you can have a 1.0 DSCR. So if the projected rent is 2,500 and the monthly, PITIA is 2,500, it'll be good. Certain qualifications have to be met for that. But yeah. Did I answer your question? I'm sorry. Okay, so listen for these investor conversations. My tax returns don't show my true cash flow. And how many of us have worked with self-employed borrowers, right? So yeah, it's good for that. So self-employed investors are, with heavier write-offs, this will be good for them. Because again, it's not going off of W-2s, tax returns, any of that stuff. It's truly off of the projected market rent of that property. I want to keep growing my rental portfolio. Okay, well, qualification centers on each property's performance. They can be closed in LLCs. Not all programs allow for it, but I have access to many that do. And I need to refinance and pull cash out. There are cash out refinance options available for DSCR loans as well. So if they want to pull out of equity out of a current rental property and use for, their next investment property, that can be done. All right. Why do investors like it? Well, it's less reliance on personal income documentation. It's useful for self-employed and portfolio investors. Potential purchase, rate term cash out refinance, and eligible LLC vesting may be available. And what to plan for? Investment, again, like I mentioned before, investment properties only, no primary residence. It is often required larger down payments and reserves. Rates and fees may be higher than conventional financing, and prepayment penalties may apply subject to program and state. So that can be flexible as well. Yes.
So, like we own rental property.
Mhm.
So you're
I'm
saying
coming
that,
closer because I can't hear.
that's okay. So you're saying that, like, if I wanted to do almost like a HELOC, I could do that through the DSCR.
Yeah.
And how do you figure the value that I can pull out?
An appraisal. An appraisal will be done.
Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of the times, depending on your credit score and things of that nature, but it won't be limited to how much else you.
So, but I thought it wasn't based on me. I thought it was all based
So your
on
credit score.
your credit score.
Yeah.
But not on my taxes.
Correct.
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah.
I have a question too.
Yeah.
So what does a house need to qualify for something like that? Like, I guess, like, let's say you have a large home that was once a two family, and then it was opened up into a one family, and it has the potential to be a two family again. Is that something that they would consider for that, or would it have to be set up in order to qualify?
That's an interesting question. I want to say that it's gonna be based off of the property's current condition,
Okay,
but I'm not 100%, but let's circle back on that.
okay.
And I'll find out.
Okay.
That's a good question.
We can have rental property that's a single family house. That's
Yeah,
what
of
that-
course. Yeah,
That's what ours are.
I think she was
No,
asking.
just saying, like, if
If
it's a single family house, it was a two family, if it became a single family and let's say you want to put it back as a two family, like, would that qualify it?
Well, I think the first question would be, will your neighborhood or city allow that? Because I know Norwood does not allow that.
What?
If it goes from a two family to a single family, they will not allow you back to a single, two family.
Oh, why not?
Because Norwood wants as many single families as possible. And if a house, even if a two-family sits empty in Norwood for more than 6 months, it must be converted back to the original way it was built. So if it was originally built as a single family, it goes on the market, it sits empty for 6 months. You may not, technically, you may not buy it or rehab it as a two family. Must be put back to a single. And the city will crack down on you because that's what they're looking
Oh,
for.
it's pretty strict, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nora's pretty strict, so you have to go by year. That would be the first line.
You used to have to get people pull a permit to install a toilet.
Well, yeah,
I'm joking.
kinda.
Yeah,
I mean, this would literally just, all it would evolve would be a wall in one spot.
It doesn't, that doesn't matter to Norwood. But, and there could be other areas. I don't know what Madeira does or, Maryland.
okay, so before your investor writes, just send the scenario, so there's 5, major details that, we look at when looking at a DSCR loan. Purchase price and property address, the expected market rent or current lease, right, estimated taxes, insurance, HOA dues, down payment, available reserves, and then the investor credit range and experience. So, I have DSCR programs that go down to 620. So they can't be too bad credit, right? And they have to have some home ownership experience, right? First time home buyers, I don't think that I have any programs that allow for first time home buyers. First time investors, sure. But first time home buyers, I'm not sure if I have that. So the goal is know the financing lane before the offer is written. My phone's always on. So if you guys have any investors or, you want to talk about, other investor loans, just let me know. Yes.
What are the rates like
The last one I did was around 6.5.
for a DSCR? So it's comparable to a conventional.
It was higher cost, but yeah,
So the higher costs come in at in what way?
origination fees, processing fees, things of that nature, just typical one cost.
And is it still 20% down?
Depends. Some people can get away with 15%.
Is it based on credit?
Credit, experience, things of that nature. I have a whole big, if you have a specific scenario, you can connect with me, but I've got this whole big matrix that goes over just different programs, different qualifications there at any time.
Okay.
I tried to brush up on it a little bit before this meeting, but I was like, man, there's a lot. So if you have a specific, scenario, my phone's always on.
Cool, thank you.
Cool. Well, without further ado, I spent a bunch of money on Chick-fil-A. There is plenty, so please eat as much as possible. I'm gonna set the salad and the fruit out. Did you have anything else?
Just the last thing is I have my notes.
Cool. I'm gonna get lunch ready.
Thank you, Rob. All right, I have my need. What do you got?
I have a commercial lot, again, it's not we just said this every week, it's on the corner of Barrelman and Carthage, it's an auto mechanic shop. It's got 2 bays with a lift gate and an office, it's about 1,260 square feet. It's on about 1/4 acre. It's a very prime area where there'd be a lot of traffic going past, it's going for 350. And then I have a listing in Madisonville, it's 2 lots, completely rehabbed house from the ground up. The sellers is a construction guy and it's needed just for his own personal home. It's got the basement all roughed in to do your own setup there, 4-bedroom, 2 bath, 2.5 bath actually, and it's going to 375. And yeah, I've got a few things here not.
Anyone else?
I am desperately seeking a big, fairly redone house, can be a new build, could be a 100-year-old house that's been fully gutted. Could be anywhere from North Avondale to Oakley, good parts of Madisonville. Definitely Pleasant Ridge. She's desperate to be in Pleasant Ridge. Budget
850. Would love a garage, would love a walkout, finished basement. And I cannot find anything. And I feel like I've seen everything. So,
Knock on doors, girl.
if anybody sees something, hears something. something's coming on.
Fire for your house.
Ooh, it sounds like a golden letter opportunity. Send that golden letter. You guys know what a golden letter is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who else? Anyone else? I have my need? Anyone online? If you wanna type in the chat if I can't hear you? Alright. Well, we are gonna eat some Chick-fil-A. Do not need to be modest, so if it's your cheat day today.
We bought a lot.
There's a lot out there.
That's awesome. We'll have
All right, well, thank you guys online for spending the time with us, and yeah, here we go.